Everybody, and welcome back. 7 Days to Die. It's your boy Jay here, Jago107, your gaming ninja, your white tiger, your white wolf, whatever the fuck. So yes, as you can see from the title of the video here, showing off my progress. The last video I was moving into this place. Actually, I think I had already moved in. No, that was in the previous game. I have no idea, man. It's been so long. But anyways, yes, put a hatch there. I have just the one, just the one ladder, and this is where the staircase used to be. I've completely floored this all off. And I also have, there was this little window here. You guys may remember from the previous world, when they made the previous update to the game, I had iron bars covering this window. Well, I decided to, instead of that, I have a little lookout here. So, when the zombies come, I can just basically snipe them. Yeah. The kitchen is much the same as it used to be. The living room has been cleared out. And there's a reason for that. See, originally there is a fireplace here made out of flagstone, which is what it's called. You can upgrade it with clay, and that's what I had done to it, I think, in the previous game. But I decided to tear that whole thing down, and I made a whole big brick fireplace with 3 campfires. But then I decided to tear that down because I just didn't like it being there. This whole room, I made this wall and everything. Clayed up the floor here, all these things. For some reason you still can't upgrade these brick stairs, and I don't know why. I've upgraded as much as I possibly can. All the inside walls are wooden. The windows have been blocked up with wood blocks. I've got doors. All these cool things. This place is basically the same. There's not much changed here. Now you might notice that there used to be a big old doorway here, big opening, and that's gone. And that had to do with me sealing up the ceiling, or the floor. And I also decided to move my fireplace in here. And I got the nice 3 campfires, and then there's actually a ladder here, and another thing, and it goes out onto the roof. And I actually have that built up on the outside here. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. I've taken down much of this wooden fence kind of thing. One thing that actually pisses me off about this game is something that the guys at the Fun Pimps have not yet added. You cannot make the fence that is like this. It has thickness to it. The only fence that you can make, not the only fence, but it's called some kind of fence, like a wooden fence. I think it's actually called wooden fence. So, oh good, and it doesn't want to show up in here. I don't know. But either way, the one that you can make is paper thin, and that sucks, because I wanted this one with some thickness to it. I got blueberries growing along there. Decided to dig the first layer of the dirt out to make it level. I also took out the stairs that were right here. Oh, all of my stuff has grown. I've got aloe vera, I've got chrysanthemums, potatoes, and corn. Don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, dude. Pick this shit up. Just going to go ahead and harvest this stuff if you guys don't mind. By the way, another tip, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but you can actually harvest things quickly by holding down the triangle button. That way you don't have to tap it or mash it like a beast. I've got some yucca plants growing over there. Still have my pool. All this stuff was upgraded with clay. I still need to dig out this gravel, because that's what it actually is. I need to dig that out and replant it with some sod so I can start growing some more stuff. But I have a big need for dirt and sod right now, as I have this big goddamn hole over here, which I planted a tree in for funsies, I guess. And as you can see, I already planted some sod in there to try to fill it in. See, there was a bunch of clay here. If you know this place on the map, you know there's always a big thing of clay here. And so I dug it out, and it goes way down deep. And so I had to do that. I've also got a nice wall all the way around the compound. And it's all done up with the nice castle motif with the little blocks every other space. And it actually works out perfectly. I had to measure this bitch to get it to work right, but I got it to work right. It actually goes perfectly all the way around. And I've got ladders at all the corners for quick escape. And you probably noticed that door over there. I put a door in there because I was having to run back to my other base. I'm going to end up with bases all over the place on this map. Yeah. Like I said, the thing actually works out perfectly to where there's the block at every corner and it actually fits. And then it goes all the way around the front. I actually made it shorter than I did the last time. You probably noticed that because I think the last time it came out to like here or something. Well, I shortened that. And I actually used this clay wall here. It actually goes into the wall. I'll put a ladder here so I can jump over there real quick because I kept having to go around the damn thing. I've cleared out this space as I'm going to turn this into more farmland. And once again, I had to dig out some clay. I'm still trying to fill this in, and I've got more clay to dig out too, so that's going to be a pain. Gonna have to dig out all the clay, replace all of the shit, and cover it up with sod so it's nice and thing. And then I'm gonna have to level it out. And that's another tip that I can offer to some folks who might be obsessive compulsive like I am. If you want to have nice flat ground, you know, so you can plant crops. I don't think it has to be flat for you to plant crops on it, because I think when you use your garden hoe on it, it makes it kind of flat, basically. But if you want to do it the right way, what you do is you get you some open ground. I wish I had a thing that I could show it to you with, some stuff that was unlevel. Anytime you clear off one of these huge rock deposits like this, or even one of the smaller boulders that you can hack at... Oh, I actually just hit that. Whatever. But anytime you clear off one of these things, the ground underneath it ends up unlevel. It's all kind of bumpy, almost like a crater. So yeah, yeah. I still have these 2 cars here. I'm waiting to get my skills up before I go breaking them down with my wrench. And you'll also notice I have an extra box here with a thing. I've got all my mini bike stuff. Oh, and I also closed up the garage door with, it was wood blocks first, and then I made them iron. I just got my workbench just a little while ago. I'm going to put my cement mixer back in this corner. Tom is gone. I got rid of him. And then my chemistry station is going to go over here. And I've already got my forge. So stick that in there. It ain't going to take long, so let's not worry about it right now. Put that away. Corn. Potatoes. It's always good to, especially now that they added it after the longest time they didn't have it, was the chrysanthemum seeds. It's always good to grow yourself some chrysanthemum, because coming across that stuff in the wild, it's not all that easy. And then blueberries. I haven't gotten around to making any fertilizer yet, or mixing any of it into any of my planting areas. So yeah. Got my first aid boxes. Oh, right here. Through here. Oh, yeah, I have no fertilizer mixed in yet. Gonna have to get around to that at some point. I've still been, like I said, trying to get dirt. Trying to find a good place to find dirt. Because I don't want to go just off into the hills that surround this place and just start digging, because then they'd end up fucked up, and I don't really want to do that. Once again, another tip is when you're planting crops like this, you want to make sure you leave a space in between different crops, because if you put them too close, I don't know if it was maybe just a glitch that I encountered, but I had it one time. I was harvesting the crops after they had grown, and as I was harvesting them, some of the nearby ones were just falling down and being destroyed, which obviously is not good. Oh, you fuck. Put it in the right goddamn place, you retard, right there. He just fucked up my whole thing. Oh, yes. You actually can reclaim things now, which is nice. Actually had a glitch once. It was before I tore down this whole fence over here. I was planting, was it yuccas maybe? No, I was planting trees, and I was trying to plant them over here by where the fence was. The seeds wound up hovering in midair about this high at the top of the fence, because it was about 2 blocks high. The seeds wound up on top of the fence. I don't... What the hell, fun pimps? How the hell did that get fucked up? Okay, next up is chrysanthemums. Very nice. 1 block space, and then you plant. I want to go back to planting the chrysanthemums around my house, but I haven't yet dug up the gravel bits that are around the house and been able to make the sod to plant them. Okay, and then Didn't I make the blueberry seeds? I didn't, apparently. Well, that's a bummer. Because those kind of take a little while to make. Yeah. So anyways, I'm still, as of yet, to go in and fill in the windows and holes in these other two houses. Because I'm actually leaving those for my friends. You know, Phil comes over sometimes. I wanted him to have his own place. And I've mentioned my other friend, Troy, a couple of times. And he actually came and hung out with me a couple weeks ago. And he's been wanting to come again, but last week I was sick, and this past week he was sick, and so it's had to have been put off, but it looks like things will hopefully happen this coming weekend. I keep looting these houses out every now and then. Did I just find blue spruce seeds? Blue spruce. Those are the trees that only usually grow in the snow biomes. So it's kind of funny to find even seeds for those anywhere else. Even though we're not exactly all that far away from the snow biome. I've actually been up there a couple of times to, and I do like these fridges that have a top and a bottom, because it's two separate parts that you can loot both of them. So you can get more stuff. I actually have that same kind of fridge in my house, and I use it to my advantage, because I put regular water, purified water, in the bottom, and then I mix it with chrysanthemum to make the red tea, and I put that in the top. Back is all jacked up from desk, sunglasses. I still haven't gotten around to cutting through some of these damn black shades now. I found a pair of goggles, and I really like the way they look, but these are a lot better as far as level, but they need repaired. Sunglasses make you look cool. They look more like aviators to me. I might have to say no. See, they've got nerdy glasses now, and they've got what they call shades, which is just, you know, like regular sunglasses. Those goggles look really cool. I like those. And then they have, what do they call them? I think they call them aviator goggles, which are actually like the kind of goggles that pilots wear. They look kind of like the goggles that you can put on, you can find them in Fallout 4, and you can put them on dog meat. So yeah, and I'm leaving these beds here for the time being, because once again, once I let my friends take these places over, they will need to be able to have some stuff to scrap to make their own beds, so they have their little spawn points and everything. Now, finding some good medical equipment. I've already taken all the paintings off the walls. Any of these little tables that had lamps, you break those down with a wrench, and you can get electronic parts and components and shit. There were some TVs in here that I had to break down, or I did break down. Speaking of, that's another tip that I can give you. They have changed the TVs. Used to be, you could just scrap them, the big ones at least. You see the big, like, widescreen ones that's hanging on the wall? It used to be you could just wrench, you know, half of it, and you would break off the half, and that would leave the other half, and then you would do that one. Well, they've changed it a little bit. See, now, if you do one half, the other half will fall off the wall and break. So what you can do is, again, if you have the wooden frames on you, put a wooden frame. You don't have to fill it in. Just put it underneath the half that you're doing last. You do the other one first, and that'll prop up the other one so it doesn't just fall down. And then you can break down that one, and then you can take your frame back. So you don't waste anything. Actually had to find that one out the hard way. Ooh, some ammo. That's nice. I've got a couple of guns. As you can see, I got a pistol down there on my tool belt. I already showed you that. I have a sawn-off shotgun that I made. And I believe I have a hunting rifle as well. I've already broken through this. Ooh, there we go. Some gun parts. Okay, hold on. Let's break that down and we can take that. There we go. Bird's nest with some more feathers. Nope, it's empty. I must have already got that one. Anyways, so let's head back over. But yeah, I'm liking the way this place is turning out. You know, I think it's going to be really good and defensible when I finally turn the zombies on and let them try to come and fuck with me. I'm going to mess their shit up. Okay. So I have no wood, no stone, and no plant fibers, but I do have feathers. I got some of that. Looks like most of this stuff goes inside, and I also need to go and plant those damn blueberry seeds. I'm keeping all of the iron that I can find because I need that regular iron in order to upgrade these walls to make them metal like this. And then after I make them metal, I can make them concrete once I get the concrete mixer and all of that shit. I've also got some brass and some lead. Any empty bottles? Yes, 20. I'm very glad that I'm coming across bottles now because I was running low on them for a while because I was making a lot of cornbread, and once again, the guys at the Fun Pimps still haven't bothered to fix the recipes that use bottled water to where the bottles themselves are consumed and not just the water, when in reality you should get the bottles back. Because you're not actually wasting the bottles. You just dump the water into the cooking pot to mix with the corn meal to make the corn bread. And that's how it should work, at least. Okay, so blueberries, corn, potatoes. We got some other food items, some eggs. And that's it for that. And over here we got some leather. And we have our tool chest. We put this extra wrench. And then in medical, we got some splints, and that's good, because I didn't have splints. I kept breaking my leg, or spraining it, or whatever, and I had to keep making splints, because I didn't actually have any. Okay, and I've got some paper to pop into the filing cabinet here. Getting pretty filled up on that. As soon as I figure out how to make shotgun ammo, I'm going to be using up that paper because you use the paper for shotgun ammo. I have got a ton of maple and pine seeds because I've been growing mostly maple trees because the pines are just kind of a pain, but the maples are nice and easy. As you saw out there, yeah, I got a bunch of maples just lining that street coming through here. And I've already cut a bunch of them down. And speaking of that, as I mentioned this tree that I have growing in this hole, apparently if you plant trees on sod, they will not grow to fullness. Like these trees over here are full. They're nice and thick, and they've got the red leaves on them. That's how you know they're fully grown. Well, these ones over here, they're on sod, and they've been like this for a couple in-game days now. So they're not growing anymore. I'm going to have to cut them down and replant somewhere else, because apparently, yeah, you have to get rid of the sod, or maybe if you till the sod, it might work better. I've also noticed that there's if you plant trees on clay or gravel, they also will not grow to full growth, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, back to the thing. Still have more shit to put away. Some gun parts. Oh, tell you what. Let's plant these blueberries quick. I like to keep my crops growing as much as possible, because food obviously is important. So you need to make sure you got plenty of food growing. And the funny thing is, I don't even eat blueberries. I don't remember how to make a blueberry pie, but I will get to that. We'll make some blueberry pie, and I'll have those. Oh, damn it, I put that wrench away, and that was the wrench that I was using. Which was not that one, but I'm going to go with that one anyways. I like to use up the tools that are the lowest quality first, and save the better ones for later. Anything else? Ammo and gun parts. No, nothing that goes down here. Everything needs to come up here. Wrong thing. I also have a bunch of these damn schematics and challenges and things. I've also gotten some casino tokens. I have been to the trader. Okay, we got shotgun, 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 and then we got a pistol grip. I could probably put together 2 pistols right now. I actually can. 2 grips. That's the best pistol parts. And those are the only 2 receivers. 70-something barrels. And then the best parts is this one. Okay, so 179, 77. So there's another pistol. And then this one. There you go. And those are both better than the one that I already have. Oh well. But they're not as good as this one that I'm using, so that's good. Oh, and then I also have ammo to store in here with the hunting rifle. Yes, I do have a full hunting rifle. And I could actually probably put together a couple more, but I won't bore you with that. Like I said, this video is just going to be me showing off the progress that I've made. I already showed you basically this whole base. And it's only wood so far, mostly, so it's not really super duper great. But, yeah. The wall, like I said, goes all the way around. Yeah, the 2 openings over here. I still need to figure out how to make I think there's like a prison sliding. They look like the iron bars, but you can make them into a door that slides across. And I have the place named. Nobody's going to get that reference, I guarantee it. but it's okay. That's actually a name that I came up with. I do some writing in my spare time. I don't get published or anything like that, but I have spoken to a publisher. But I'm writing a zombie novel, and that was a name that I used. Well, I haven't exactly made much progress in this novel, and I started it when I was in high school, which was at least 12 fucking years ago, and I've barely made any progress on it since. But I've got all these ideas, and one of the ideas was the name for the little fortress community or whatever that the characters end up starting. They end up starting it on this island out in, I believe it's in the Pacific Ocean. Okay. Oh, right. I had that marked. Okay. I went over here to the handyman store. I got that marked, the one that's over by Dyersville. I was going to go to Dyersville too, but not right now. But on my way back from the handyman store, I had loaded up completely full because I had looted the place. I stumbled across one of those random backpack, or not like a duffel bag, but it's kind of like a duffel bag, I guess. But it had some stuff in it that I wanted to grab, so I decided to put my little red flag marker there. So I'm going to go back and grab that stuff real quick. I don't have a mini bike yet. I haven't, no wait. I have found the book. Okay, where was it? Where's the flag? There it is. Oh goody. Up here it is. Yeah, search. Yeah, there's a club and some pears. So that's whatever. See, I didn't really remember what was in it, so that's why. Oh yes, there's this little campsite that's over here, and there's also a cell tower just to the south of that. I had to go and get those marked. I still need to go off and explore more of the map, because I still haven't seen very much of it at all. But I will. As I mentioned in a previous video, I think what I'm going to end up doing with this map, this is the Navezgane map, I think what I'm going to end up doing with this map is I'm going to end up making little outposts all over the map. I'm going to have my one main base here, probably, and have these little outposts that are all going to be all walled off and everything all nice, and they're all going to be stocked with forges, campfires, probably workbenches, and chem stations and cement mixers as well. Probably going to have to, because it would be a royal pain in the ass to have to come back here to the cement mixer, make all the cement, and then lug it all the way over to these places to cement all their walls up. But I still have to get the cement mixer here in the first place. Don't know what I want to do with that club. I should probably just scrap it and get the iron out of it. But I do have a couple of clubs here as it is, so. And I even have a, what's it called again? The barbed wire baseball bat from The Walking Dead. What the fuck? The one that one fuckstick. I haven't watched The Walking Dead since they killed off Glenn. Sorry. Glenn was me in that show. He's just like me. So, they killed him off. I'm done with the show. Sorry. Either way, the baseball, the barbed wire club. Got a bunch of shivs that I've made, a couple of hunting knives that I've found, and a couple of these iron reinforced clubs that I've found. And I left my damn doors open. So yeah. Yeah, I've been down to the farm, and the handyman store. I still need to go past there and go into Dyersville and find that place. This is the little gas station over here. If I follow this road north, it goes up into the snow biome, and there's going to be, I believe it's called a Shotgun Messiah, which is a gun store. So that'll have all kinds of gun parts and possibly whole guns and probably ammo and possibly schematics for guns, because I have not gotten all of the schematics for the guns yet. I need to work on my science skill in order to get the chem station schematic. Yeah, the chemistry station. You have to have a science of 15. Yeah. I've gotten one thing in steel smithing. I've got the concrete mixing and the workbench. Need to work on the weapon skills. Making sure to get up Survivor and Camel, because those are crucial. You want to have those so you don't use up too much food or drink. I have an extra tool and die kit. Once again, I'm thinking ahead. I don't want to just smelt it, and because I think you actually can smelt it and get probably iron out of it. But like I said, I'm probably going to be making more forges in different places on the map, so I may as well keep these excess things. Oh, that makes me sad, though, because I found an extra anvil and I broke it down for scrap iron. Speaking of scrap iron, I have a full scrap iron armor, from chest armor to gloves to leg armor to boots. And I have BDU bottom and top. And I do have a black trench coat. I have this bandana and my goggles and my miner's helmet. Those two things need some repairing done to them. Speaking of, I have 5 extra pieces of forged iron. I hope this is enough to repair it all the way. It only took 1. Cool. How about the helmet? That took 1 more piece. Cool. I like it when things are cheap. Of course, that might have to do with... Oh no, I didn't get the fixer. I'm gonna have to get the fixer, though, because that's repairing stuff, and that's definitely a good thing to have. Oops. But yeah. I had to build my own mailbox, because when I dug up the clay, the mailbox that was here at the beginning collapsed when I took the clay out from underneath it. Even though I tried to do it in such a way... Oh yeah, you can also knock over trees now, just by walking into them. Once you've taken out the whole life bar, I guess, you can run into the tree and it'll follow. See, it's not moving, and then I kick it and it knocks over. So you can actually push over trees as they're collapsing. Yeah, I may as well just go ahead and get rid of these 3, because they're not growing. Okay, so we got that. I had a shit ton of trees, and there was so much that was making the game lag, so... Yeah. Got a lot of wood right now. And I got some frames. Found some rebar frames at the handyman shop. Then you think it would be a little bit more sensical to have actual traders at the actual shops, like the Shotgun Messiah, the handyman stores. There's a Shamway Foods over on the right-hand side of the map. There's a Shamway Foods. There's all these different Shotgun Messiahs, um, the handyman places, or the working stiffs is what they call them. The working stiff places, the poppin' pills medicine places, um, the bookstores. There should be a trader at each of them, and then they should specialize in what that store specializes in. So, I don't know, I feel like that would be better. And there's all these little vending machines around, too. Um, this place, I don't know if I showed it or not, but let me just bring up the map. It'd take way too long to walk there. Okay, when I first started, I spawned in at this little cabin up here. Yeah. So I spawned there, and I ended up walking down here, following this thing, because there's actually like hills or a mountain over here that you can't climb up because it's too steep. So I had to follow the river all the way down to here, where there's this freaking bridge. Yeah. Down this bridge, and then there's these 3 houses which I've been looting. And follow the thing over here. This is actually a bookstore right here. And you follow it down, and then these little 5 places here, they're all like little, they look like convenience stores, you know? Almost like a gas station, but minus the gas pumps. But they're all little stores. They all have cash registers, and they all have like these metal racks, you know, and almost all of them have vending machines for drinks. And I was setting up, you can actually see that I've built a wall here, and I was going to build it up all the way around this whole thing, but that was back when I was kind of dead set on making this place my permanent home. But I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Like I said, this is probably going to be one of the outposts, and then just down the way from there is a trader. So, and I have this little cave over here marked, but that's actually where I dug. See, because I climbed over the mountains, because I can actually get over them because they're not as steep up here. I dug a hole down, and then I dug it out to the beach over here because I wanted a shortcut to getting back over to here. Because once again, I didn't even know that I was going to be moving from that place. And I wanted a shortcut to come from going to the trader to go here, other than having to just walk all the way back to this bridge and then follow the shit. And there's also an army camp over here, which I need to explore. There was a bunch of mines, and I didn't want to fuck with that right now. I've also been down to the lake, where there's a couple of cool dock things. I was at one point building a floating dock over, a floating base over on this thing here. But that was in a previous game save, so I don't know if I will be revisiting that. Yeah, there's the door I was talking about. Like I said, I wanted a shortcut because going out that direction is how I can get back over there to that trader and that other little outpost and everything. And having to walk all the way around the side of the wall, all the way to the front door over there, was just a pain. Now this may be a problem when I turn on the zombies, but I'm thinking I might just knock the door down and replace it with blocks. And I'm going to be putting spikes on the outside of the wall to kill the zombies before they can get to the wall and start knocking it down. But I have my lovely little castle walls, and I have an extra ladder here just for getting out. I put that in before I put in the door, so the ladder is now kind of unnecessary. I also have a ladder here to get up onto my roof. Yes. Got all this stuff. Gonna be a lot of farmland for growing some more stuff. the hole over here I may end up turning into a mine shaft. On the previous save, me and Phil had built, well, it was mostly Phil, had built a little, like, shack over in that area outside the wall. And he was using that as a mine. And he had actually, he had dug all the way down to bedrock and was basically making me like an underground bunker. Speaking of the underground bunker, they've actually added that in now, finally. So, that is going to be fun for me to find. If I follow this road out, it's way towards the left side of the map. And then you have to go south quite a ways. It's in the burnt forest biome, I believe it's called. The wasteland, maybe? I'm not sure. But it's down there, and it's across... There's a little road and a bridge that goes across a river, and on the other side of the bridge is a Days Inn Suites or something, some kind of a hotel. But you go from the hotel across the bridge, and there should be a little house with a well in the back. And there's a hatch over the hole in the well. You break open the hatch, and you go down a ladder, and then there's going to be spikes at the bottom of the ladder, and then there's going to be a steel vault door, which you'll have to crack open. But past that is this big underground bunker, and it's fucking nice. I want to get to that place, because that would end up being a really great base, because you're underground, the zombies really can't get to you down there, and they really probably can't even sense you down there either. So as long as you stay relatively quiet, and don't have any heat objects running, because that was another thing that I found out about the game. The game operates on something called the heat map. And what it means is, if you have things like the campfire, or the forge, or the chemistry station... I don't know if the cement mixer actually affects it. It might. But I don't know. But the campfire, the chemistry station, and the forge all add heat to whatever area that they are in when they are active. So if you have it turned on, if it's smelting anything, or if you're using it to craft anything. So if the fire is going, and the stuff's going in there, then it's generating heat. And you can also generate heat by firing guns. Although with guns it's very small, and it goes for every shot. It's like a decimal point number that they add, but it's per shot. So if you start adding more heat to your current location, it will attract more zombies. So you have to be careful about your heat generation. My yucks have grown up. Yes. Got yucks. I like how fast those go. Okay, something here. But yeah, so you have to be careful about your heat generation, because you don't want to be making too much heat and attracting a lot of zombies, because obviously that'll end up fucking up your whole day. Oops. I should probably go ahead and make some more cornbread. I've got some water. 30 sounds about good. Make it a cornmeal. We're just going to go ahead and make 30. That's going to take a little while. But this is also feeding into my skills, so that should help my miscellaneous crafting, I think. Right. I don't have anything in some of these rooms. Some of them are just kind of superfluous. I'll probably end up using them either for storage. This used to be a bedroom. It's whatever, though. There's a bathroom over here. I ended up taking out the glass shower just so I could get to the walls to upgrade them. Yes, the fireplace room. I was thinking of putting a couch in front of it, like a nice black leather couch. But I'm going to have to craft it myself, and it required a bunch of nails, and at the time I didn't have a bunch. Do I have enough now? Maybe for one, because I think it takes 10 for each piece. I'll get to it later. But yeah, I will have to show you guys more of my progress at a later time. I have another big friggin' hole over by the other place where I had set up base, this place over here. Jeez. Yeah, there was a bunch of clay here that I had to dig out because I needed some clay, and so now there's a big goddamn hole. And I planted some crops in the back as well. But yeah, a lot of these buildings have the beverages vending machines. So if you have the casino tokens, you can buy some drinks. Water, red tea, probably goldenrod tea. Beer is one of them. Didn't put it in there. I put it in here. Yes. I came across Mega Crush, some sort of energy drink. I think I looted that from one of those buildings over there in those little convenience store things over there by the trader. One of my friends is online. But yeah, it hydrates you, and it also 0.2 wellness. I don't know how energy drink would actually give you wellness, because from what I've heard, energy drinks in real life, stuff like Monster and I think it's mostly just Monster, but those are actually really bad for you because all the chemicals in them. So it's got electrolytes, removes burning, will always give you the Mega Crush effect, which it doesn't say what it does, but it gives you 8 points of hydration, and it gives you a plus 0.2 to your wellness. So I guess if you drink 5 of those, you'll get a wellness point. Yucca juice and beer and honey. Yeah. Things are coming along here, though. I'm going to have to put something over here in this corner because there's nothing. And it just feels empty. After I took out the original fireplace, which I even had to take out the floor blocks to put brick in them. And I did the same thing over here, as you can see the bricks in the bottom. Yeah. So I kind of have like a little emergency exit. And I really like that. I may end up needing to do something else with this, because for some idiotic reason, these hatches do not block out rain. So if it's raining and you stand underneath the hatch, even if the hatch is closed, it'll still tell you that you're getting wet. So that kind of sucks. I may have to build this up another block high. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Another little hatch here, just to block the ladder in case the zombies get into the house. They'll have to at least break through the hatch before they can get up to me. Which is doubtful because, again, I keep the bottom rung of the ladder out of there so they can't get into it. Yeah. Anyways. Pretty boring episode, I know, but that's how my shit usually is. I'm boring, I guess. That's probably my biggest problem. If I had friends to play with, you know, that would at least make things a little bit more interesting. I keep wanting to have friends playing this game with me, GTA Online, going to be getting back into Diablo 3 sometime soon, after they added the Necromancer class to the game. That's also pretty much, I guess, the main reason that my buddy Troy is coming over, is he wants to play the Necromancer. And so I went ahead and bought it, and yeah. So that'll be fun. Me and him and possibly Phil, if we can get, if I can get both of those guys over here at the same time, we may be able to play Diablo 3 with 3 of us. And that'll just be all sorts of chaos with the 3 of us, and there'll be tons of enemies, and anyways. But yes, I think that does it for this episode of the 7 Days to Die. Thank you guys for watching. Join us next time for more of 7 Days to Die, and whatever else I happen to upload for the channel. Once again, please, if you have any suggestions or comments, suggestions as to what you would like to see me do, games you would like to see me play, I'm open to suggestions. Please leave a comment, you know, wherever, any video, whatever the fuck. Like and subscribe to the channel. And also, once again, I do have a Facebook page now. The link is, it's on the main channel page, the little Facebook icon. It's facebook.com/Jego107YT. Capital Y, capital T. That's my Facebook page, and I will be posting there about when I'm going to be doing streams, and when I will be posting other stuff to the channel once I finally get my computer moved and hooked back up to the internet so I can start doing my PC games again. Either way, once again, we're going to wrap this up here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm probably going to keep playing because I've got some more stuff that I need to do. And then it started raining. Oh, well, here I can actually prove this to you. Things closed, and it comes up and says, "You are wet." Even though there's a solid metal hatch in between me and the damn rain, so I'm calling bullshit, but whatever. Like I said, thank you for watching. Join us next time for more of 7 Days to Die, or whatever other game I feel like streaming, or If you guys send me some comments or suggestions, I will do my best to try and do what you guys want to see me do. But either way, thank you guys for watching. We will be seeing you later. So thank you, and good night.